listen to Creative Space on Omega Radio every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Your host, Catherine Shapiro. Good morning, everybody out there in Omega Radio land. Within the sound of my voice, I know there is something being ready to change today. We are in the creative space with my wonderful engineer, Minister Aparna, and I am giving a shout out to all those people out there feeling good today and maybe feeling not so good. My good friend Gabby has a little bit of a sniffle, and I want to give her a shout out. She is one of the most talented musicians and people that I know. And she brought to my attention a really interesting thought. Do you know that you can use music and the arts to heal your body, your mind, and your soul? They call it music therapy, and it is one of the fastest expanding ideas in medicine, along with art therapy, by the way, which is the visual version of this idea. The memory is encouraged, embedded, enhanced by music and dance too. If you play a song, any song, I guarantee you there'll be somebody out there who remembers it and can sing it back to you, even if their body has been ravaged by stroke, by other diseases like Parkinson's or MS or anything like that. It's one of the ways that the body is encouraged to move, is in the beat of the drum, the howl of the trumpet, the plink on the piano. And it doesn't matter what the instrument is, it's the channel behind that instrument, the memory of the musician and the beauty of the song. I have been touched personally by this. I had a dear friend of mine who suffered a stroke. For the longest time, she was in a wheelchair and could not speak. Her therapist started singing to her songs of her age that she might have known. And eventually, my good friend started to sing back. Eventually, she decided she wanted to go back to physical therapy, got up on her feet, and she made it happen. She worked hard, sometimes 8 hours in a therapy day. And in a year, she was speaking again and just starting to learn how to walk again. It takes time, but it's worth the time, and it's worth the wonderful energies of all these therapists out there that are working really hard towards the health and welfare of their patients. If you have a story like this, did you know you can talk to us live? Our local number is 954-900-4310. We are broadcasting live from Coral Springs in beautiful Florida. And I am your host, Catherine Shapiro. I have, too, experienced this also. Parkinson's and Alzheimer's are two of the most common movement and brain disorders in the world. Right now, there are at least 52 million people out there with Parkinson's. And I can tell you, it is not an easy road, but music makes it a better one. They say that if all hands lift, the load is lessened. If you want to lessen the load here at Omega Radio, you can call in during our show and still support the station. I am a proud supporter and sponsor of Omega Radio, and let me tell you why. Because they have opened the hearts and the minds of people and have welcomed me, a daughter of Abraham, in ways that I haven't been welcome in a long time. I am a believer in the power of art and joy and spirit and dance and music to heal the person, to heal the person's heart, to heal any person's soul. There's a reason they used to sing the Torah in Jewish tradition, and they still do in synagogues across the world. This is because it's a memory. It enhances your memory of the beautiful words out there in Hebrew that we all know and we all love, and we do use in daily conversation. Have you ever had a schmear of anything? A bagel? Have you ever had a shanda? I bet you have. That's a scandal. That's a struggle. If you are a person who has friends celebrating Rosh Hashanah in the next few weeks, you'll know the concept of teshuvah. You return. You can return to God anytime. The divine being will always love you, always be there for you, always be in covenant with you, because you are beautifully made and you are his creation, just like anyone else that has the same dreams, the same hopes, and the same imaginings as the guy sitting next to you. If you are a reader of books and a lover of learning, Omega Radio is for you. We love creative programming. We love to hear from creative people. And if you have a story, we would love to tell it. I am reachable on all the social media platforms. And my webpage is www.catscreationsart.com. My business, and I do have one, is called Cats Creations. It's fearless art in mixed media. On our show, we spotlight fearless artists and their wonderful creations. And there are a few who are past guests of ours who are having new activities in the summer, late summer, and early fall. And you can find them on my webpage as well. I always attach a comment or two to our show when it goes on YouTube, so you can find all the wonderful guests and terrific ideas that we talk about here in Creative Space. I am so glad to be here. If those operators get a call from a donor during the show, they will receive a free gift from me. Not because I believe in bribery, not because I believe in anything but the beauty and the joy that comes from giving. And I honestly feel that people who give should receive in return. And I love to give to those who help support our show. If you would like to be a content creator for us, we would love to hear from you as well. You can just contact me via my business email or on Skype, also on the webpage. Now, another thing that I would really love to let you know about music is its power to connect. We have been connecting with my good friend Gabriella across the world, from getting connections with musicians, with artists, with dancers and singers of all types. And one of the things that they have said in common is that a child that is creative is surrounded by things that are beautiful, by art, by music, by love, by print, by pictures, by fun games and good quality time that takes advantage of the fact that that screen is going away for a little while, that you are actually talking between you, your kids, your mom, your dad, your aunts, your uncles, your grandmother. Yes, it does take a village. It takes a village to raise creative musicians, artists, dancers, creative thinkers. Abraham Lincoln said that he created his cabinet with rivals people who did not always agree and did not always have the same point of view. We encourage new perspectives and great ideas here in the creative space. In the last 4 minutes, 5 minutes that I have, I want to tell you that I want to hear from you, and I know Omega Radio needs to hear from you. A lot has been happening around here lately, and we are happy to help in any way necessary. We are here every Wednesday at 11 o'clock on the dot, usually. Come rain, come shine, we are here to share great stories from terrific artists and wonderful businesses and museums and other institutions. Last week, we spotlighted a wonderful creative musical program in Miami called Kalos Music and Art School. It's in Adventura, actually, run by the wonderful Eugenia Mendez and her husband, Saul Vera. Hi, Saul. Hi, Eugenia. I hope you guys are doing great today and teaching and learning and living as all good educators do. Inspire somebody else today, and when you can, please be kind to each other. And sow that seed today, because I guarantee you it'll grow. It may look a little at first, and you may only see about this much of it, but it's there, and I guarantee you'll see it. Be patient. Sometimes it takes time, but it gets there. It grows into a little child, a wonderful person, a terrific adult, a friend that you haven't met yet, an artist who learns to use the body to create images and beauty and to dance. I am also, these days, on the Creative Spirit channel. Some of you may remember our good friend Jeanette Jordan, who was a guest on my program end of last year, beginning of the next. This terrific lady is now a producer of her own show and channel on Roku TV. It's called The Creative Spirit. If you would like to learn more, just go to creativespiritchannel.com. It's for crafters, artists, and the people who love and support them. And I am definitely blessed with a lot of those. And I'd love to give them a shout out here today. Thank you for your support over the last year and a half, I guess it's been. We love you and we need you. So if you love Omega Radio, support Omega Radio. And I will see you next week. I guess it's been. From all the pain, I'm so ashamed. I am beautiful, beautiful. Tune in and listen. Creative Space on Omega Radio every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Your host, Catherine Shapiro.
I want to thank you for tuning into Creative Space with Catherine Shapiro right here on the Station of the Stars. You can catch Creative Space here on Wednesdays, every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Keep it locked in here. Stay tuned for Lady Marian coming your way, keeping your company. At 11:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be joining in with Power in the Word. On Wednesdays, every Wednesday.